Alright, so to do this, it's basically like doing a granny square, but there are a few small differences that can be a little bit confusing when you're just learning how to do it. Even I just, I have to figure it out fairly often too, because I forget how to do it, because I don't do the triangles very often. But just like with everything, you start with the slip knot and put it on your hook, and then I had to look it up so I would get it right, but I learned, so that's something. You chain, which is what the floaty thingies that I was calling in the other one are called. However many, like 4 or 5, or 3 to 5 usually is fine, but I'm gonna probably do 5 on this one just to be sure. And then you put it through the first one just like you do if it can go through. Sometimes I do it a little bit too tight and it doesn't go through easily. But put it through the first one and then loop your yarn around your hook, pull it through both stitches. And you chain 2, but I'm going to hold the end so that way it'll blend in as I'm finishing it, so I don't have to weave that in later. Just like that. And grab the one that's actually attached to the ball of yarn, wrap it around your hook, stick it through the center, and pull it through, and then wrap it around again, pull it through, wrap it around again, and pull it through. This is, again, basically exactly like doing a granny square, but with a couple of tiny differences that make it a triangle. So you have the first little set of 3 on there. Chain 3, wrap it around your hook, stick it through the center of your circle, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through the 2, wrap it, and pull it through 2 again. And you do that 2 more times, obviously, just like, again, doing the granny square. It's very similar, and that's all it is to it for the first row. So that's it. And now to do this, you don't go around in circles like you do with a granny square for this one. You go back and forth like with flat project, kind of. You know what I mean, hopefully. I don't know what I mean, so. But chain 3 at the end of it. I know that's weird because you're not going to be putting it in here into the center. You're going to put it into the first stitch closest to the so you have the 3 stitches that you just made. You're going to put it into the first one, like so the 4th one away from your hook. You put it through there, and then you do like you did a granny square that I think it's called a double crochet, but you do 2 of those into that. Okay, that's the first bit. And you chain 1, and then you wrap it around your hook, and you go into this piece right here, the big opening, and you do 3 more there. Okay. Once you get those 3 on there, it'll look something like this, and you're going to chain 3. This is going to be like the top, or the pointy part on the triangle. But you chain 3, and then you put another 3 into this same one that you just put the 3 into. So you just, again, just like doing granny square, you just do the 3. Like this is like the corner of a granny square, where you do the 6 into 1. So you have that, and chain 1, and then you go into the first, right here, the first corner, the very edge, the first stitch. Again, this is where it's different than a granny square, because you actually kind of have to go into stitches versus just open spaces. You just, again, do it like a granny square, 3 more into the corner. and you have the first little piece. See? It's just like half of a granny square, it's just the triangle. And chain 3. And flip it around. Wrap the yarn around your hook and go into, again, the first stitch, like the 4th one away from your hook, right here, the corner. And you do 2 more of the doubles into that. And chain 1. Go into the open space now, because you have an extra stitch thingy. I'm not, again, don't know what it would be called, but another set of 3 is going to go into the open space. Okay, yeah. Chain 1, and do the 3 double, and then chain 3, and then 3 on the other side of the corner. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, got the corner, or the edge, whatever you want to call it, done. Chain 1, and go into the open space, just like on the other side. You do 3. And of course you do the 1 chain, and then you go into, just like on the other end, you go into the one on the very edge of the project. So, and yes, it is a little bit challenging because the hook doesn't normally go through too easy, so sometimes you have to fight it in, but it'll go through. Yeah, but you put 3 into the same stitch on the corner. And that's about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like once you get the hang of it, it turns out pretty quickly. But I'm gonna do a couple more rows, and I'll show you the ending of it. Alright, that should be about good for now, I think. Yeah, it turns out it works very quickly. Like, this one, like, goes very quick, because it's only half a granny square, technically. Getting the hang of it is the most challenging part, because with granny squares you're used to going around. You're not really used to turning back and forth, which is what this one is. But yeah, I hope that is helpful. I know I didn't go into great detail, but hopefully you already know how to do a granny square by this point, by wanting to do a triangle. But yeah, they work great for, I've never really left one small, and I only have one that's actually done right now, but they work great for shawls or wraps or whatever you want to call them. So let's see if I can hang on. I have to back up. But this is how they kind of turn out when you get bigger. They turn into giant wraps, and they're light, so, but warm and all that stuff. So that's what I use the triangles for anyway. They're good for just like throwing over your shoulders or whatever when you're slightly cold, but like not wanting a jacket. Yeah, I hope that is helpful and that this was enough instruction to help get you going on it. I'm not going to show you how to weave it in because I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to, I'm just going to do this. And yes, I do enjoy doing this. Just making it and then pulling it apart. So I'm not going to show you how to weave it in, obviously. Because I'm not going to keep the triangle. I don't really have a use for it right now. But I hope that that was helpful, and you can get started on doing them now. Again, it wasn't that much instruction because it's basically the same thing as a granny square. It's just slightly different. But yeah, I hope that helped, and you enjoy making them. So thanks for watching.